Hello, everyone. Welcome back to PP Chongloy Talk Show. Today, I'm here with Dr. Thangjangul Khongsai, the medical superintendent of Kangpopi Christian Hospital. Today we're gonna talk about the hospital, of course. Ever since the conflict broke out, the Kuki people from Cedar Hills have been relying on this hospital, and it has been quite overwhelming. So today, I want you to explain it to my audience how it has been functioning.
First of all, it's a pleasure to have you in our hospital. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's been a very difficult journey. I'm sorry that I have to use the word difficult straight away, but it's not been an easy journey, especially after the conflict. What we have been through can in order to be able to explain what the progresses that we have made over the years. I think it's important to understand a little bit about how what the situation of the hospital was before the conflict. We are located 2 to 3 kilometers away from Kampopi town itself, so that was quite a disadvantage in those times because, and again, Kampopi is just an hour drive away from Imphal. So, in terms of the hospital, uh, a lot of patients they used to go to Imphal rather than come here for treatments. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, the medical facility that are available in Imphal way ahead of way better than what is available, what
Mm-hmm.
was available here.
Mm-hmm.
So for that reason, because of that reason, it was very difficult for this hospital to develop. But somehow, by God's grace, it has been the hospital has been able to sustain itself through the most difficult times. But then after the conflict, it has been a blessing in disguise, I must say,
Mm-hmm.
uh, because within the district of Kampupi, there is no other hospital that has better facility than this.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, after the conflict, a lot of doctors, like-minded doctors, I must say,
Mm-hmm.
we all came together and we have been putting our best foot forward to help this hospital grow, and then not just for the hospital to grow, but also our main objective was to help our people who are very much in need.
Mm-hmm.
So, say a simple surgery that will cost a few thousand rupees.
Mm-hmm.
If this hospital was not there, they had to go to Kohima, Dimapur, or even all the way to Guwahati.
Yeah.
So something that will cost a couple thousand rupees would have cost them in terms of and
Likes.
tens and maybe even lakhs also.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how we have been able to contribute uh, to the society and also to the hospital. So it's been a challenging and yet a lot of exciting journey as well, I must say.
Yeah. This hospital has been existed for the last more than 100 years. It started, I think, way back in the First World War. And who started this hospital and how has it been functioning prior to the conflict?
The hospital was established way back in 1920.
Okay.
This hospital is under CBC NEI,
Mm-hmm.
Council of the Baptist Churches of Northeast India.
Mm-hmm.
It was established way back in 1920 by an American missionary doctor called Dr. G. Crozier. He came all the way from America,
Mm-hmm.
and then later on, and he worked in Natura actually. It was William Pettigrew who actually invited him to come to Kampopi to establish this hospital and spread the gospel. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a little bit of about the history of this hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Ever since there has been a lot of doctors who came and
Mm-hmm.
came and went. Sorry, uh, I think we have a list of all the doctors in our centenary uh, this thing souvenir, and I think you can have a look.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been more than 100 years now.
I
In
see.
2020,
Mm-hmm.
the hospital celebrated its 100th years of its 100th anniversary or centenary celebration.
I see. So all the infrastructure, the buildings and everything has been existed since then.
Yes.
But like you have mentioned, it's a blessing in disguise. We must say
Mhm.
that after the conflict, we are trying our best. We, as in the people of Sutter Hills, are trying our best to improvise
Mhm.
or to renovate stuff like that.
Mm.
And side by side, we are developing again.
Mm.
So how has it been going, like till date?
It's been very challenging and exciting at the same time because there is so much potential in this place.
Mm-hmm.
When I first came, that was in 15th of June, 2023, right after the conflict started.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the infrastructure that we had was like
Very
bare minimum, like
limited,
very limited,
bare minimum.
very basic, and
Mm-hmm.
yet uh, it had a lot of potential as well. Rather than we how not just me but the hospital management and all the doctors and nurses involved,
Mm-hmm.
how we saw the situation was instead of being desperate or going into despair, what we thought was that this hospital has a lot of potential, and that's how that slight adjustment of attitude or
Yeah.
outlook really made a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
So ever since, there has been a lot of developments, both in terms of the
Mm-hmm.
human resource, and also other physical developments. And when I say physical
Infrastructures.
infrastructures, yes,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's medical equipments or uh, uh, infrastructures in the form of new buildings and new blocks, and all.
Mm-hmm.
There has been a lot of development. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, at this point, I'd also like to thank uh, all the people from across India and across the world
Especially the Christian
yes,
communities.
who have made extraordinary
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice and contribution for this hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And many times I've been trying to reach out to them, but most of them,
Mm-hmm.
amazingly, they even prefer to remain anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, we are very thankful to all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And from within our community itself, there has been a lot of contributions and help
Mm-hmm.
for this hospital. And I'd really like to take this opportunity to you to thank each and every one of them.
Who have contributed
Yes,
so
yes,
far.
yeah.
I can see that. I mean, we can see that our people are quite resilient. Like the war has been prolonged for more than 2 years now.
Mm.
And since then, we're unable to access Imphal hospitals
Mm.
and anything from the valley. And we are trying our best to sustain. Like you have mentioned, we are unable to access to other like Nagaland or to Guwahati, Shillong, or even to Delhi in order to spend a few $1,000 in here. We are spending a lot in
Mm.
terms of legs, and because of your contributions, you and your colleagues, your fellow doctors and nurses, whoever is involved in here, your resilience, your attitude is making a lot of difference, and I really appreciate each and
Thank
every
you.
one of you. Please continue to put
Mm.
up the hard work. I mean, our people are suffering, we know that, and it's been quite long, and we appeal to the people across the globe that they can see our suffering. So please keep us in your prayers. And then we are trying our best. We are fighting tooth and nail not to go back to Imphal,
Mm.
which is why we choose to suffer here. We choose to, sustain ourselves.
Yes.
So what do you have to say to the people who are watching the talk show right now?
I really like the word that you use, resilience, and that
Yeah.
is something. When I first came here, I really dug deep into our history,
Mm-hmm.
to be not just the history of this place, but our Kuki history as well.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to find a routing, not just uh, for myself, but in order to be able to lead a hospital, I need to understand not just my past, but the past of the history and the community as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I really dug deep into the history and whatever information that I could get from books and uh, from other people.
Other
So that is
sources.
how I sort of planted myself.
Mm-hmm.
And second of all, yes, we have a lot of work to be done. And
Mm-hmm.
like you said, uh, and when we spoke to each other previously, also I mentioned about subscribing to the idea of
Mm-hmm.
self reliance and self
Sustenance.
sustenance.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if you start complaining, there are a lot of things that we
Mm-hmm.
you can talk about. But
Mm-hmm.
then it's at this point it's important to have a very positive attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we may be in the middle of the conflict. A lot of people are suffering,
Mm-hmm.
including a lot of our own doctors and staff. They are IDPs themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But rather than you know being stuck and thinking about our misfortunes. Why don't
Mhm.
we sort of put our energy in a more positive direction? And you
Mhm.
know, it's time. It's important that we uh, change our attitude, and our we need to look into entrepreneurships.
Mhm.
These are the kind of attitudes that we need to develop. There has to be
Mhm.
a paradigm shift in our attitude.
Mhm.
Uh, you know, not just attitude, but uh,
Our
in our
lifestyles.
lifestyle as well.
Mhm.
We cannot uh, expect the government to come and help us or to
Mhm.
uplift us. Of course, the government will do what they can.
Mhm.
That is, but that alone will not be sufficient for our society at this point.
Mhm.
And it's really important for the younger generations, like including myself,
Mhm.
that we think out of the box,
Mhm.
work out of the box.
Look for
Yes,
opportunities and create
yes, work
opportunities.
on our strength,
Mhm.
work on the opportunities that we have, rather
Mhm.
than complaining that we're okay, we have arrived at this situation, rather than complaining about
Mhm.
our misfortunes. Why don't we know direct our energy in a more positive direction?
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course, we have already seen a lot of developments within Kapupi itself.
Mhm.
Like we spoke earlier,
Mhm.
a lot of the coaching institutes are coming up, colleges are coming up,
Mhm.
and then private enterprises in the form of cafes, and so many
Yeah,
things are happening.
restaurants and
So
then
let's take
roadside
this as yeah,
stalls. Yeah.
let's take this as an opportunity.
Yeah. It's high time we develop our people, our
Mhm.
land, our resources that we have. If we take like if we have like proper utilization of the resources that we have, we are naturally blessed with thick dark forest. I think we are hill people, we are tribal. I think we can
Mhm.
sustain ourselves
We do-
if we have like proper utilization, right?
Mhm.
So speaking of which entrepreneurship, I think it's high time like putting aside hospital
Mhm.
and healthcare. No, before we put that aside, I want to know whether, like you being the superintendent, have you ever tried approaching the government sector like for help or anything like that? Or like, are you like standing on your feet tall and firm that we are the cookie people? We can, do it without the valley, like without the government. Like we are trying to prove ourselves to the world that we can administer ourselves, like we are separated, so everything has to be separated. So that's your attitude like so far.
uh, as individuals and as community
Yeah.
and as a nation, I think we all have the capacity to uh, work hard. We have the
Yeah,
capacity to sustain
there is
ourselves.
no substitution
To
for hard work. Yeah.
yes, I think we pretty much have what it takes as a person to be able to work hard and sustain ourselves and bring development into our society,
Mm-hmm.
and not necessarily relying on government help
Mm-hmm.
or external help. Of course, that's not to say that I don't appreciate the donations and help that we have received
We acknowledge that.
in this
Yeah.
hospitals. We do acknowledge that,
Mm-hmm.
but we cannot rely on that alone to bring
Sustain
proper
ourselves. Yeah.
sustainable development
Mm-hmm.
into the society. We have to work on our own strength,
Work on
and
yourselves.
we have
Yeah.
to build our capacity in every aspect, whether it be business, in terms of business, or healthcare, or maybe agriculture. In every aspect of
Mm-hmm.
our society and economy, I think we are very resilient people, like you already mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
We do have the capacity and the potential to do that.
Yeah, so God also help those who help themselves.
Mm,
I think first we need to help ourselves, our people, and then only we expect help from like external
very much,
sources.
very much.
Yeah, that's
Mm,
correct. So let's move on to the opportunities that you have mentioned about entrepreneurship.
mm,
Nowadays, I really appreciate like young people
mm,
coming out, coming
mm,
forward, and then follow their passion, doing things that they love, and they succeed. We can
mm,
see, like you have mentioned, some private enterprise, and then
mm.
some colleges and coaching centers. We have been developing the valley for centuries now. I think it's high time to develop our hills, our place. So, what do you have to say to the people, especially to the youngsters who are watching the talk show?
So not just Kampupi, but all our cookie communities, whether it be in Lamkau or Kampupi or Saikul or
Wherever
everywhere.
we
Yes,
are.
wherever
Yeah.
we are, opportunities abound.
Mm-hmm.
it's the brave people, it's the people with guts who who'll come here and establish themselves. Those are the people who will succeed.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes a lot of guts, courage,
Mm-hmm.
and of course,
Positive
the yes,
energy.
the attitude, like I said
Mm-hmm.
initially,
Yeah.
just a slight tweak in the attitude can make a lot of change.
Difference.
Of
Visible
course,
change.
yes, of course, there will be a lot of challenges. I understand,
Mm-hmm.
unforeseen challenges.
Yeah.
So it was the same thing here in the hospital. When myself and my colleagues, the other doctors, when we came here, we didn't know what challenges we were going to face. But like I said, the slight change in the attitude,
Yeah.
rather
Blind
than
faith.
seeing it as a misfortune, we thought it as a this is a place for opportunity. That is how we approached
Mm-hmm.
uh, our situation, the
Mm-hmm.
situation that we had.
Mm-hmm.
So that positive attitude will make a lot of difference. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, even for entrepreneurs also, when you look at the market, it may not be as huge as the metros
Mm-hmm.
if you are trying to establish a business. But then once you really plant yourself down and then start working, eventually you'll work your way through the
Yeah.
difficult challenges, and eventually you'll be successful. There has been a lot of stories, and I'm not just saying this to attract people,
Mm-hmm.
but opportunities really do abound here.
There are testimonies
Yes,
out
yes,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, prior to our discussion, you have mentioned that you conducted, like you as in the hospital, conducted more than 90 surgeries, major surgeries in these teeny tiny hospitals. How do you balance that? How do you manage that?
it's
And
it's
that's
very,
resilience
yeah,
again, right?
that's extremely difficult. I'm not,
Yeah.
it's not easy. uh, 90 surgeries is we conduct around 70
Mm-hmm.
major surgeries per month.
Mm-hmm.
But 90 that I mentioned was for the month of August.
Okay.
So on an average, we conduct around 70 major surgeries.
Mm-hmm. That's
It's not,
huge.
yes, it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, back in 2023,
Mm-hmm.
uh, we used to start at around 8 in the morning and
Mm-hmm.
go back home at 10 p.m.
Wow.
So that's the kind of effort it
Work.
took.
Yeah.
It took us to
Mm-hmm.
be able to reach at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been very difficult, but fortunately, like I said, I think the driving force behind is, first of all, God's blessings,
Mm-hmm.
and second of all, we have a team of very motivated people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, some of them, they are IDPs themselves,
Mm-hmm.
so they really had that passion to serve our society and contribute towards the society. That's the kind of attitude and mentality that many of my staffs have. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, that is how we encourage ourselves also.
Mm-hmm.
That it's not just an opportunity to earn your living, but also a
To
bigger
serve your
opportunity
people.
to be to serve our people. Make
Mm-hmm.
contributions that actually make impacts
Yeah.
within the society. That's
Mm-hmm.
how we were able to drive ourselves. Otherwise, if you start seeing it as a mere uh, opportunity for livelihood, then you can never push yourself
Yeah.
beyond that boundary, beyond your limits.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, to be able to work from 8 in the morning till 11 o'clock at night,
Mm-hmm.
it takes an extra bit of
Yeah.
motivation and hard and
Sacrifices.
sacrifice to be able to do
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah.
I really appreciate you and your team. Please continue to keep up the hard work.
Thank you so
And
much.
to my audience, this is the situation of the Kuki people.
Mm.
We are resilient, but that doesn't mean that we don't need help. We
Yes.
really appreciate and acknowledge to especially the Christian communities and whoever
Thanks
contributed
very
so
much.
far. Your contribution has a lot of impact in our lives, and please continue to support us. Keep us in your prayers, and we will fight this battle till every single drop of blood runs through our veins. We're not ready to go back to Imphal. Yeah, until and unless separate administration is declared in the legislature, we will fight. So no one is willing to go back, and we choose to suffer, yeah, for our own good, for our own cause. So I would like to appeal to my people to come together, be united, stand as one, and stood firm for our cause. Thank you so much for your
Thank you so
time.
much. Thank you
May
so much
God
for having me.
bless you and your team.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.